Okay, what's up you guys? Welcome back to Chris Wong Vlogs and welcome to my new life as a paying passenger on board a cruise ship. Now earlier this year, for those of you who may not know, I walked away from my crew member life and this is now what it feels like to be a guest. So not only do I want to showcase what my day-to-day looks like now on board a cruise ship, but I really want to show off what this MSC cruise line has to offer, because right now I am currently halfway through my voyage on board the MSC World America. This is their brand new cruise ship that came out just this year. Enjoy today's video. Smash the thumbs up button for me please. So it is a sea day at the time I'm recording this video, which means we're going to be starting off my morning with a bit of breakfast. But before I make my way up to deck 18 to the El Mercato buffet, from here my my cabin, they don't call it stateroom on here, looks quite tidy. It looks like I've kept my room very neat for the video, but here's the reality of the situation. Oh yeah, I apologize. See, this is the real behind the scenes and I literally had my camera perched up on here to film the intro. I absolutely love walking out of my room every day, coming out to the destination elevators and having this as a view. This is the World Promenade. It resembles the boardwalk a lot on our Royal Caribbean ships, but as you can see at 8 o'clock in the morning it's very empty. And this is what I need. H. Oh, I can already smell the coffee this morning. Gotta sanitize my hands.
Hi, good morning, good morning.
Hello. I'll take some
breakfast, what you want.
Thank you. So this is quite good because it literally tells you when the busy parts of the day are in the buffet. So right now it's 8 AM, so I'm currently like in the middle, so it's not drastically busy yet. Oh, breakfast was not disappoint. On every cruise ship that I've been on in my life and in my career, breakfast is always consistently good. I think I want a bit of that, I think I want a bit of that, and I think I want a bit of that. Morning, bro.
Morning, how you doing, bro?
Oh, fantastic.
I've been watching your videos for quite a long time, bro.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm having the best time, so thanks for watching, my friend.
Awesome, man, awesome.
So every morning I always come outside to eat my breakfast. It's just a bit more peaceful and quiet, and I always like to come out to the Zen pool. Now this is the adults only swimming area for the guests. The pools itself are quite small, but it's very, very quiet compared to the main pool. And if you come up nice and early before it gets busy, look at this. It's like I've got the whole place to myself. Now, as you can imagine, my mornings as a passenger is very different to being a crew member. In fact, for the first 2 contracts, I would say, I don't think I ever woke up once for breakfast, just because I wanted to sleep as much as I could before I absolutely had to wake up. But then as I got a little bit older and I started doing more contracts, I then started to realize the importance, especially on a sea day, wake up that little bit earlier to make the effort to go into the crew mess and have breakfast, because even in our crew mess, the breakfast was always consistently good. Now, as a crew member on board cruise ships, this is going to be different on which cruise line you work for. But for Royal Caribbean, we had no privilege to eat in the Windjammer for breakfast or lunch. Now, we did have a privilege to eat in the buffet for dinner, but we did have to pay for that, and it would cost us crew members $3 if we wanted to have dinner in the Windjammer buffet. I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. Life is quite funny sometimes when I just think as to how things turn out. Just a couple of months ago, I was a crew member on board, and now here I am as a paying passenger, enjoying my life in a different way. This is the best view of the Zen pool. You can see everyone sunbathing this morning, the ocean completely surrounding us, the sunrise happening as I speak, and if I zoom down onto the World Promenade, I can see a morning yoga class happening. What a great way to get your workout in. Staying healthy, whilst at sea during your cruise vacation.
You ready? Go ahead. Wait, hold on. Maybe let's look at him this way. Don't go into the camera. Okay, go.
Okay. Alright, well this is quite awkward to be vlogging right in the middle of public with everyone staring at me, but as you can imagine, on a sea day, the pool is the place to be. Now, as a crew member, we never had any perk or privilege to use the guest pool. On some cruise lines, they actually do have a pool for the crew in their crew areas. But for Royal Caribbean, there was never any pool or hot tub or anything like that. So as a guest and a paying passenger, you can imagine I am most definitely taking advantage. If you do come early in the morning, so it's about 9 a.m. right now, it's still relatively quiet. There's still a lot of sun chairs available. But as we get closer to the afternoon, every sun chair is going to be taken. This place is going to be packed. There's going to be DJ and the music playing. So I'm not going to be able to film during the afternoon, but I will put a clip in now just to show you what the vibe is like when it is in the middle of the afternoon. Quite literally, this place is bouncing and the vibe is actually really, really nice. Normally, a sea day would be my busiest and longest day of work. So you can imagine this is definitely a slight change of pace and something that I definitely have to start getting used to. I'm not really even sure sometimes what to do with all my free time on a sea day, because I'm used to being in that zone and mindset of, oh, it's time to grind, it's time to do things. There's always something to do. Quite strange for me just to be up here now and, well, have kind of nothing to do but just enjoy myself. So it's the middle of the afternoon now, and I have made my way to deck 8 onto the World Promenade. And as I mentioned this morning, this does resemble the Oasis class boardwalk so much, especially with the dry slide. And during the day, it still has that boardwalk element. There's live music, there's live entertainment, there's restaurants, there's food. But what I will say is, in the evening, it does have a slightly different feel. I actually thought it kind of makes me feel like Fremont Street in Las Vegas, because they even have a light show. So all of these palm trees behind me, it's like a light show every hour or so. It's like a 5-minute light display, which is actually really cool to watch. There's music. So in the evening, there's definitely a unique vibe, which is quite cool and makes it separate from Royal Caribbean's boardwalk. I mean, just look at this, for example. Promenade bites. On Icon class, we have Surfside bites. You can't tell me that someone hasn't copied of somebody here. The World Galleria just has a different feel compared to a Royal Promenade, and I love how elegant it looks. But the reason why I've come inside is because pizza and burger is my favorite spot for lunch. Unlimited pizza on this side, and here we have burgers, hot dogs, chicken tenders, nachos, buffalo chicken wings, and all of this is complimentary. Oh, and did I forget to mention that there's also free ice cream in there too? Honestly, all of the food in there, the pizza is just as good as Sorrento's on Royal. The burger, as good if not better than Johnny Rockets. In fact, all of the food in general on MSC has actually been quite tasty. Considering some of the reviews I heard about MSC in general for food is just not as good as some of the other cruise lines. The buffet, you guys know I like the breakfast, but lunch and dinner is, yeah, it's fine. Nothing memorable, but it's good enough, it does the job. There's a good variety. It probably gives you more of an incentive to book a specialty restaurant. Now, unfortunately, this is not complimentary, but the chocolate cafe, they offer so much in here. So here we have ice cream. Unbelievable. That's made out of chocolate. The Statue of Liberty is doing a handstand of some sort, and again, completely made out of chocolate. And they have ship models, completely made out of chocolate. Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ooh, free tasting. I did say I was looking for other complimentary food, so chocolate from the chocolate bar. Chocolate cafe, sorry. this? We have a handbag sale and Invicta watches. When it comes to the shops on board, it doesn't matter what cruise line you're on. MSC, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Princess, NCL, all of the stock is the same. Now the reason for that is because the shops are not run and operated by the cruise lines. They are actually operated and run by an independent company known as a concessionaire. And this brings me to my first job ever working on board cruise ships before I went to the casino. I was actually working for one of these independent companies, and my first job was actually working on board Independence of the Seas in the shops on board. This is literally where my cruise ship career started for me, working in shops like this. Perfume and fragrance store. This shop is full of designer fashion brands, liquor and tobacco. I would have been one of these guys as well, selling the Invicta watches, designer handbags, costume jewelry, and finally we have the logo shop. In fact, some of the happiest memories I have from my cruise ship career was during my first contract as a shoppie working in the duty and tax-free stores. After completing 3 contracts in total in the shops on board, I then transitioned into the arts gallery and then transitioned to ultimately becoming a casino host. And speaking of casino, let's take a look at the signature casino on board MSC World America. So I figured I would do a quick little casino tour for you. Now in terms of size-wise compared to Royal Caribbean casinos, I would say this is probably about the same size as a Voyager class ship. So we're talking Voyager, Mariner, Navigator, Explorer. We have one pit full of table games on this side. The bar is in the center of the casino, and the smoking section is behind the glass windows on the opposite side of the pit. And then slot machines basically surround everything else. Probably still maybe a little bit smaller than a Voyager class casino, but in general, especially for MSC's biggest cruise ship in their entire fleet, I'm surprised the casino isn't actually bigger than this, or at least something closer to Oasis class size. So maybe this is something they're going to work on change in the future. I'm not entirely sure. But it's a very, very nice casino. All modern games, everything looks very shiny and new, smells nice. And this is also the entrance into the Panorama Lounge. I've come into the lounge this afternoon because I want to talk about the entertainment shows real quick. I've had a chance now to watch shows in the theatre and here in the Panorama Lounge. To be honest, I didn't love the shows in the theatre. They weren't bad, but there were moments during the show where I kind of just got a little bored. In fact, the cruise director's pre-show I actually thought was a lot more entertaining than the actual main show. However, here in the lounge, the shows were fantastic. One of the shows I enjoyed so much, I actually came back to watch it a second time. And it's not just because the cast was great or the band was great. The shows were actually based around popular culture. It was all things that the audience could actually relate to, and that just makes for a better show. And I'm going to claim right now, the 2 shows that I got to see in here is better than any show that I have seen in the 270 venue on board our Quantum ships. I've come out onto the World Esplanade again because the sunset is beautiful, and this is actually a really nice location to actually enjoy the scenes of the ocean whilst the evening starts to come down. Well, how nice is this? Yeah, MSC World America, you have pleasantly surprised me, and the evening colors is actually incredible. See, this is what I'm talking about. In the evening, it's just a completely different vibe. And now it doesn't feel like I'm on the boardwalk. So, it's Gala night tonight, which is the same as formal night. So I've decided to dress up for the occasion, and I'm wearing my old work clothes. Do I just look like a crew member or what? Here I am, deck 5, La Foglia restaurant. Well, this is very Swedish. You like what I see? Let's see if they gave me a table to myself. So I got this whole table to myself. absolutely friggin' love it. And I've got the menu on my phone, so I'm just trying to decide what I want to eat tonight. So here is tonight's dinner. Chicken pasta dish, and for dessert I got baked Alaska.
He expressed this shit before it came out of the water. That's right. One of the strongest captains that's seen the master vessel, our captain, Dino
Thank you, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on our new flagship, MSC World America. What a ship!
This was the cruise director and the assistant cruise director. Yeah, both were very entertaining. Good job.
So we take each other's hands as we seem to understand. There we go, but what? Just remember, come on. There we go, that what? I can't get enough of. There we go, come on, say what? So I tell. Now this is there, I need everybody on this one. Sing it. This could be love. Guess what? Yeah. Oh, y'all sound great. Come on, Anna. I want to hear you loud in the class when they sing it. Come on, what is it? Come on, and what? And ladies and gentlemen, keep the house and the energy real. How welcome to the stage, Dirty Dancing.
So as you can see, a sea day for me now is very, very different. A lot more relaxing, and I definitely do not miss my 12 to 14 hour shifts. But I will say I am still in the routine of having to take a nap in the middle of my sea day in order to get through all of the evening activities. I don't know, I think my brain is just kind of programmed to be that way now, because when I'm at home, I never take naps in the middle of the day. But when I'm on board, okay, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I better take my nap now so that, you know, I can wake up for dinner later and then carry on through to the evening. That's just how all crew members are. If you ask any crew member on board, 9 times out of 10 they will tell you, yeah, during a sea day in the middle of the day, I would take a nap during my break. And it was kind of a strange feeling to have my work clothes on again, walking around the ship. It kind of did make me feel like I was working again to a certain extent. I still have one more day on board, and this is going to be visiting Ocean Cay, which is MSC's private island in the Bahamas. And I'm quite looking forward to, well, I'm sure a lot of you already know, I'm probably going to be naturally comparing it to Perfect Day Coco Cay. In the meantime, comment, like and subscribe. I've been Chris Wong, and I will see you in the next one.